It's time for Leather Podcast.
Right, fucks. Right, guys, we've literally just filmed a Patreonic fucking content and we're absolutely bust. We went to Tofsky's.
Do we need to actually talk about it, man? Because I haven't got the weight to.
Everybody's just shagged out.
So we done the challenge.
That was loud.
It was just fucking...
What happened in the way home and what happened 2 seconds ago, Paul?
So, the best thing that happened in the way home was I was sick. And it was like this big fucking thick bit of sludge and I couldn't get it out. But the worst thing that happened is we are in the podcast studio and at the front of the house is G4 Claims for all your claim needs. And there's a lot of women that work in here. And as we get back in, Big Ross jumps into the toilet and absolutely pants the toilet. Like, absolutely disgusting.
Needs new wallpaper.
Why he's done it? Like, I could actually taste it.
Strip to wallpaper.
So Big Ross bounces into the toilet and absolutely pans it.
Big Guinness shit.
It was fucking unbelievable.
Big Guinness.
No, I save that for when I get to my house.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Drop some babies off at the pool. Just got to say something else about it. It would have been mad racial. So...
Oh, fucking hell.
So, can we talk about what we've done, or should we leave it
No.
our 77 fabulous Patreon subscribers? Thanks very much, by the way.
No, we can talk about
Aye.
it. We've done a food eating challenge.
Aye.
You want to run through what some of the shit was, man? Jeez, peeps.
No, because I'll wait there, man. That was too much anyway. But
Silly.
So it was
tune in to see who
1.1
won.
kilograms of chips, wasn't it?
Oh, jeez.
Or fries.
Nippy.
And they were like, we were sitting and Ross goes, I can't eat any chips, man. They're pure nippy, man.
That does sound like that.
That's what you sound like. He's going,
Sounded like I done getting run over. Oh, that was
and then there was like 15 wings. I think there was like...
God, man.
Aye, boneless wings, buffalo wings, fucking
Barbecue and buffalo.
barbecue.
And then the thickest of girth fucking mozzarella cheese.
Thick as an iron brew can they cut.
That cheese has been in there for a while, man.
Aye. And we had to eat that in under 30 seconds.
Cheesy peeps, man.
But it was solid, and I think I had a bit of I think mine was a lot worse because I was eating cauliflower. I was eating cauliflower wings.
I bet a man take a time out and his feet up in the flare knot.
A small handful of that would have been enough. Food.
See, you think about it, like cauliflower, it's dead thick.
Aye.
You might have seen it coming out. It was
Aye.
like as I was being
God.
sick, it just couldn't come out. I was like, oh god.
It was just like sludge falling out his mouth.
Like,
I was in the
it's so
car
thick,
behind
man.
him and he was just hanging out the door
was
and I
so
was just like,
fucking
Start to wonder how the lasses can do that at Bukkake shit.
heavily damaged. That's why. Know very well.
I mean, but struggle with the cauliflower, the barbecue sauce. No, they're just like fucking hot dogs everywhere. Load after load after
In the
load.
rain. That was good.
My mum's in her period. My dad's in my room. Daddy, no.
I remember having that album and like I would be in my fucking room listening to it, playing my wee PS2 or whatever it was, and like, fuck, that sounds like my ma coming upstairs. Turn it down quick. So she doesn't know you've got an Eminem
I
album.
think the first D12 album was like one of the best albums I've had, man.
Fight music.
Aye. Devil's Night.
Devil's Night, aye.
Devil's Night,
But
aye.
fight music was like a big song on it. Aye.
Aye.
It was
Really
good.
good.
The cunts were mental as well.
At that point, I was listening to like rock bands and stuff.
Aye.
I wasn't listening to rappers.
I've got
the very first rapper I sort of listened to and thought I sort of liked was
Eminem.
You got to say Jay-Z or some shit like that, ain't you?
no Dr. Dre.
Aye.
Like the first time
You do like Jay-Z though, do you?
I do. Chronic. It was 2001.
Aye.
Absolute one of the best albums.
Fuck,
It makes
Dre's
my-
like the
makes
goat, isn't
my
he,
top.
really? For everything, really. Dre was like involved in basically everybody. Technically, he's a producer as well, isn't he?
My mum was always like, aye, I've heard this Eminem, he's going to get you into drugs. And I was like, no, you've done a good enough job of that yourself. You got me into drugs, you user. Sorry, ma.
Okay, and welcome back to the therapy session for
My
Ross.
fucked up life. So, aye.
My mum does Valium. That's an Eminem one as well.
But so that was so today was
That's mine, mate.
was the Leathered Boys Go. That was one of the ones. So
We went to Tofsky's. Is that how you say
I
it?
thought it was tough
Tofsky's.
because it's TOPH.
The place, it's a big church near Hampden.
Listen, it's a cool wee
It was
setup.
cool.
The guys,
They're
it's
lovely.
basically
Nice
the
guy
run of the
too.
place, man.
They're
They
very
bring out this-
warming.
Yes, they bring out this big tray of fucking food.
Of pain. 3 trays of pain.
Aye.
But tune in to see who won and did any finish said tray.
Said tray.
Yeah.
Said tray.
The tray.
That's what I thought at the end, like reweigh and see.
He set it back up last dinner.
I set it up, okay. No, you have to take it back up. If you have to take it back
If
up.
it was empty or if it was
Oh.
full. But aye. Ross
know
will
you
be up to
didn't
the
win, Ross.
canteen, that means dinner ticket.
Oh, that was fucked.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
I fucking don't want any more. So what's happening? What's going on?
Well, it's big weekend for you. Ross,
I
on
had a
Sunday.
fight of the weekend. Aye. Went well.
Aye.
Went all right.
Yep.
Different to no different to what I thought. I'd actually. This sounds like a pure dickhead thing to say, but I had said to Elliot, I was like, I'll finish him in 90 seconds.
Aye.
That's what I did say.
Like
What
your
did you
sex
finish
life.
him?
94 or on. I had my 90 seconds for a ride. I can't know.
I got 2 in there.
For sure. That
And a massage.
include taking your clothes off.
You,
So-
this is obviously your first fight after that huge layoff.
Years, 3.5 years.
Loads of people were supporting you, man. It was
Huge
pretty
support.
Cool. Pretty
It was,
cool.
aye, it is.
You're famous, bro.
Right, fuck your fight. What about the fight we nearly get into? So I went to the shops to
Who is Sean Lomas?
No. We'll touch
Very
this on
nice
this.
man.
In fact, I didn't even tell you you were there.
We go to the shops to get. I was getting you a can of Monster because I knew you were having a heavy weekend, which we'll also touch on as well.
We were just getting a couple of waters and stuff.
Couple of waters, couple of cans of the Monster, and we're walking out. And as we're about to, we were clearly first in the queue, and this young man from the local area,
Vagabond. A vagabond.
He wasn't a junkie.
He was a junkie?
He was a alky, we'll say.
Junkie.
He comes in and he hands £3. He goes, "It's £4 there, man. I just see the bottle." Right, the bottle is like something I've never seen before. It
One
looks
of
like
the wee magnums.
it's like a wee bottle of medicine, right? That's what it looks like. And the guy's like, "No, it's £3 you give me." He's like, "No, it's £4." And he's like, "Oh, sorry, man, I didn't see that." So he ends up giving him £4. Doesn't even go to the shops and cracks the box. So me and Ross having a conversation as we're walking out. We walk past him. We're outside and we're
He's
still.
tanking it in the shop.
And then the guy
style.
says, "What the fuck do you say?" So obviously me and him don't think he's talking to us. And he goes again, "Oh, you? Fuck do you say?" And I turned around and I said, What, me?" And he goes, "Aye, used to."
Like, no, just used to.
I was like, "What the fuck are you up to, son?"
Mate, this is about the 2 worst people you could have picked
Just
today.
at the side of the venue.
Right outside, aye.
Just a guy wanting fucking, like, fisticuffs. Come on, boy.
It was a bit wild up there.
There's some place for it.
It's
Like.
half of the population in the show were wearing vests, man. So I don't know if they were just casual or they just like Rossi's attire.
Rossi's.
You know what I mean, this is like
This is gay blade vests.
They are from the community that wear vests.
I thought that.
Slick back
Slick
hair,
aye.
vest, Gucci belt buckle. Tough week on the tarmac coming up. It's hot. It's hot.
It's fucking.
But they were just like sitting outside the venue. Like I don't even think they were in the show.
Just Stevie Layden came in and he was like, "Fucking cunts are all fighting at the front of that shop." so
So were you thinking about maybe just like a wee throat jab or?
No, shut it.
I was thinking,
I was like, he's piled with that medicine. I don't know what's in that.
I was thinking
Aye,
we
plus
best
you
not
don't know
get.
what he's got on him, man. He could just fucking.
Mate, not just that.
Whip
they-
his dick out or some
fucking
shit.
die. They type of cunts. You chin them once they go down and they didn't get up.
Aye.
You don't want to be doing that. Just murdering some defenceless junkie because he
No.
said, "What you looking at?"
I would have fought him. I would have.
I know you would have.
That's my mentality is like,
So,
can't let you get close.
see anytime I'm on an occasion, I think to myself, what would Bungard do?
Well, you don't.
And then I go, what would Jesus
Aye.
do? Somewhere
Then
in
you do
between the
the
middle.
opposite.
Aye. Don't want to do what you do. Like, see that time I get fucked out of the concert? I thought,
Oh, the
world's strongest
strongman,
man. Aye, I was like, "You're lucky Chris Bungard isn't here.
Aye.
You're lucky
I love
I'm
that.
I know.
See,
I know
when
you
they'll
would
go
have-
run you.
I know
That's
you-
like 5-on-2. You're like fucking straight bras with their bat in the wains and all that.
When I was a young guy, I just used to like totally go with it, no argue anything. No problem, I'll leave, get to the front door and then just fucking, as soon as I see open space, just swing an absolute Judas of a punch and then run. I got a boy once at the front of the Westfield bar, a doorman there. I'd actually been fighting with my brother-in-law. I was only like 17 or 18.
Did you win?
I can't even. I was steaming, so I didn't even know what's
enough.
happened. Probably no, mate. He was
It's
pretty
milk.
fucking quite a bit older than me. I gave him a doing a few years later inside McDonald's. So that's for another one. And the doorman's got a grip of me, and I was like, mate, please, I didn't want any trouble. My missus was there. I was like, look, I just want to grab my missus and go up the road. And he's like, right, mate, you calm down. I was like, I'm 100% fine, mate. Please just let us go. He let me go, and as he was like, took his hands off, I fucking heated him, mate. Straight away, and I'm already running, and I can remember just like looking back, like.
Brilliant.
So that's my go-to.
The header.
So
Aye.
I'm alright. Boom.
Don't want any
That's
trouble.
it. You give me space, and you're in my face,
Mate.
You're getting headed right away, and then
This
go for
reminds me
If
of
you've
a
worked
story.
on the doors, you've seen a lot of them.
So
For sure.
I don't know if you're going to tell this story, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Chris,
Yes,
you ever been involved in a non-fault accident?
I have.
Now, I don't know if you know my guys at G4 Claims.
No, tell me more.
I will. So these guys will take all the stress of dealing with the accident and they will get you on the road a lot quicker. They will deal with all the harassment that you've got to deal with, phoning up people, stressful. You deal with the girls at the front, absolutely tremendous at their job, very friendly, and they'll get you on the road as soon as they possibly can. Stress-free, utmost respect.
And how much of my claim will I get?
Well, you'll get whatever's entitled to you, my man.
100% it is. It's 100%.
Oh, is it?
Aye.
Well, keep
So
going.
I was feeding you
Ross,
like that there. Thought you not.
Do you know the
Jamie?
number?
Aye.
The number? No, but I'll get you the number.
You absolutely fucked that.
I fucked that up, I'm sorry.
No, but I've got it on my phone.
I'll tell you the number now.
Tell me the number.
It's 01698 767 172. Or you can visit their website.
I was going to say that. I don't actually have a phone.
Nah. So go on the website, notatfault.com.
What is the company called again?
G4 Claims.
It's a Vav.
You hiding in a bush, ready to banjo somebody. Can you bring it up? Can you talk about it?
There's a few. There's one that's that I can't tell on there.
Best you don't.
Does it involve a firearm?
No. No.
Right.
That's the one I want to hear.
The last one you talking about, like
You were walking
the
through
one,
the doors.
the one that done
Aye,
me.
aye.
And I had, aye. I'll do it. So the guy smashed me, man. Like I chucked him out. He was being creepy with the lassies, and I took him off the dance floor. But my fault. I took my eyes off him. Right, so he was leaving. He was going down the stair. It's in the nightclub in Motherwell. So I turned away go back to my post kind of, and the kids ran back, and there was like a couple of bouncers beside me. He just thought he just admitted defeat. Like, right, I'm going. Ran all the way back for the side, man. Boom, scudded me a belter right there. But I had a fight coming up like 2 weeks later. It was just like I took it like a champ. To be fair, I stumbled, but just like, but I was so raging that I took my eyes off him. Not mean, so it's nobody's fault but mine. He got locked out. I had to go to the toilet, fix my eye was nearly sticking out there. Not. I'm just like, my boss at the time, she was a woman's like, aye. Oh, you'll need to go home, man. You can't work with that eye. I'm like, no, I'm going anyway. I'm following that motherfucker right at the door. Time I clean up, I go out, can you see him, man? Jump my motor, just following the roads that he would go. So I'm driving.
Did you know him?
No, but I knew the guy he was with. Big cunt, no, big fucker. So I'm driving down by Hopley at Motherwell. I see the two of them walking down there, and they're like fucking steaming, fucking blah blah blah. Like, I'm just arguing about what went home. But I've drove all the way down to the bottom of the hill, man, parked my motor across these big high rise flats, crossed there. There was like this dark bit, burn and fucking whatever. But it's pitch black. I'm looking up, I can see the two of them, man. So I've got all sorts of fucking weapons like that. I've got bricks, chibs, just lay here. I'm just, so it's like a wall here, I'm here, and they're up there, man. So I'm just waiting here. I'm just like, two of them are getting it, right? I got on with the other guy, but I was like, he's got to be doing something, so he's in the firing line. I was myself, could hardly see out this eye. I can hear them like, buzzing, like, they're getting hot with everything, like getting hot with the bricks and all sorts. And then I can't hear them. I'm like, just look at, as soon as I look around the corner, zoom, fucking taxi, man. they flagged that, they must have flagged a taxi there and then. I'm like, I was like, beg me, fuck. Running across my motor, right? Jump on my motor, trying to follow this taxi, right? I catch up the road, there's two taxis, right? There's a runabout, one go left, one go right.
Pick one and
I
hope for the
followed the
best.
one for the left, man. I didn't know where they were going. They went into this house. I don't even know if it was them. I was in the back garden. I've been looking in the windies, and it wasn't them, man. It wasn't them. The story goes further down the line, but
I don't think we can tell the
Probably
second part of
best
the
we
story.
leave it there.
I can't tell the second part of the story. But he sent me a message the day later, and it was like a big novel anyway. I think when he woke up and found out who I was.
Shut it.
But
Can't stay mad stuff.
But see, the
filled
thing
with
is,
beer, though.
the thing is, like, that's probably a good thing that happened. Because I was ready to kill both of them, and I promise you that. That anger in me, because I took a belt to a shot, to be fair.
Mate, I hate even seeing it now. I hate seeing a couple of young, like, it's all cobbles out in the street, out the front of where my work is, and see when you see the boys start fighting and fucking one goes down, and just like, fucking please watch the back of your head, man. Just
I know.
whatever it's like the curbstones are the proper fucking old style, like.
Was there no a Thai coach in Scotland who fucking he'd kicked somebody and the same thing happened?
That may be true.
He got away with it as well.
Was that the story you were talking about?
That was the one I was talking about. Not the one with you with firearms.
That could be true.
That's a
That'd be
Patreon
right.
exclusive. But I fucking banjoed the guy and
Went down hit his head and didn't get up, aye.
got away with it.
Well,
Was it the guy we know?
you know,
Aye.
Aye, good guy.
I like
Aye,
him.
I like. He's funny.
Aye.
Aye,
I like him.
fuck him.
Right. Did what I had to do.
Aye, what did the guy do? Must have deserved it, not me.
Boy who did it was known as a bit of a bully, like.
Oh, there you go.
But
Just took a shin to the face.
aye, never got up.
Shin to chin.
Shin to chin. Yeah.
Shin to chin.
It's good, eh?
Herb Dean's fault.
You should have staked him sooner.
Oh, there was some fucking bad KOs in that show on Sunday.
Aye,
Eh?
it was-
I saw one boy in particular. The referee couldn't have done anything either. Like, it was one of the ones where he sort of took two shots and his hands just dropped, and then the boy followed in and finished him off. But I seen some guys hitting pads through the back there, and was like, man,
I need to bring something up.
Are you going to bring up the outburst? Aye.
No,
Before the fight? Before
No.
Ross was about to walk?
no.
who's outburst?
So
Bungard's?
Oh,
no.
mate.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. We'll go. So Ross didn't obviously know he was fighting five fives, which is 25 minutes for a title fight. But that's not the bit we'll get to. One of the kickboxing fights or the amateur MMA fights did go to the fifth round. And I see the ring.
mate.
I see the ring girl.
Oh, this was hilarious.
The ring girl is walking about round the cage like this, with her 5 fingers up,
No
because
card.
she didn't have a card that said 5 on it. But apparently, in the 4th round, she held up the 3 and the 1. You're fucking
fucking
That's bad, man.
round 13 or round 31.
She never done that for the rest of them because they couldn't count up to 5. Is that what that was?
For
They
the
didn't know
sake-
what 3 and 2 was like.
But even to walk in like this.
For the sake of fucking 2 bits of card with numbers on
Oh,
it.
it's so funny. Well, but then she's like, fuck this, and walked in with the 5 finger stinger like this. Like,
Hey.
and
What
she
a
was,
shame,
to be
man.
fair, she was embarrassed. She'd done that, then just bailed, man.
Quite
But the
right.
damage was done, sweetheart. Send a picture.
But that was a
Don't be
pretty
shy.
good show for you, pretty good event for you.
I was happy with it, aye.
Yep.
But there was loads of stuff I'd forgot. Like, I had been telling myself that I didn't need to spar that much. For a wee bit of sparring, 100% wrong. Like, miles. And I know you wanted to tell me, and I know you wanted to say, like, I know you did.
No,
mate.
man. I don't know what training you were doing, that means.
It was,
You said you were ready to fight, you were ready to fight.
I felt
man,
ready to
so-
fight. The sparring, though, for sure. That's got to.
You spar with Paul.
Aye, but no enough, like, actual 5-round MMA sparring. That's
You want to show the guys your back?
Oh, for the cage, aye, hang on.
This was him sparring yesterday. He was in the.
Got butt raped.
Butt rape.
Sorry, rape.
Can you
No, slowly on right a wee bit.
My right.
Aye, and then down a wee bit.
squat?
That's it.
Look at that. He got 5 lashes for stealing breed.
Aye.
So, you were doing
Scrape
some.
my back to fucking dislocated my fingers.
Aye, we were doing some wrestling yesterday against the cage.
And got fucked up.
You get injured more doing that, or fucked up more doing that than you did.
100%.
in the fight.
The guy landed a nice straight right to the sternum.
So that's exact. As soon as that happened, I was like, "This is what I'm missing."
Look, it wasn't a couple inches higher.
I know,
Or
but
I'd fainted.
then we had already spoke about it. Part of your game plan was what you what you literally did right off the bat.
Just touch, step, touch, step, touch,
If you
step.
see the warm up video where the takedown gets you knew is like the exact same one you get in the fight.
I guess that's like
entry.
Aye, that's something we'd worked on. That was something that we'd spoke about it as well. It was like there's no need to be kicking your whole game plan because
Too
we spoke
tall
about it.
as
We were
well.
like, don't kick, get in tight, finish the fight as soon as you possibly can.
It was so like the sparring when he threw that shot, I thought he was too far away.
But it was-
Like I saw him go to throw it. I was like, oh,
It's just
The
distance.
cage,
management, isn't it?
the cage wasn't that big either. So
nah, it was. But I didn't mind that. I'm happy with that because I was looking to kind of. I'd say that to like kind of force it right for the start, but as well, like trying to rip on submissions, not trying to rip them on, but I was like, he's not tapping.
You're going to have to redo your video for the Patreon.
The-
Your arm triangle.
I know. Well, I did use that one. That's what I ended up changing it to.
I seen you using the
Cover the mouth, and then as soon as he
you
went,
didn't finish it. I think that's what he's trying to say. mate.
I know, and
But then what he did was because of the panic, he turned over and
turned
then gave you
over.
the.
and that's what gave me it. And I was able to kind of put enough pressure because at one point he started to. No workies aren't free because I actually thought he had gone out and the referee did as well. So he grabbed the cage and I remember the ref coming and pulling his fingers out of the cage, and then the ref came up again and I thought, oh, he's gone out here because he wasn't doing anything back at all underneath. And then he just sort of started to move a bit again. I was like, oh fuck, I'm going to try and reset, covered the move and just tried to like put a lot of pressure on that shoulder. So he turned around, gave the back, and then just fucking punched his face into
He
the
did
naked.
exactly what was needed to be done. And
Aye.
go straight back in the Monday to do some
Back
some
to
work.
But there was things you had forgot, like warming up. My quads feel heavy. My shoulders feel heavy. Like it was a far bigger adrenaline dump than I've probably ever had before.
Yep.
It's basically like going back to your first ever fight because it's been that long since you'd done it. There's loads of things that the weight cut as well. I was so far ahead of schedule where I was like, oh, this is a fucking piece of piss. And then like the last 2.5 kilos, I
But
was
then
like,
you had to get put back in, didn't you?
so there was a problem with the not mask.
Well, it was
A problem with the promotion. So when I put the kettlebell on top of my scales, it was like a 16 kilo or a 12 kilo dumbbell. I can't mind, but it was saying 12.5 kilos, right? So I messaged Enzo and said, so obviously I only need to be 93.5 because of my scale. No, you need to be 93 on the fucking dot. And I was like, but that'll mean I'm 92.5. They'll not have it any other way. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So another half a kilo to take off as well.
Sometimes calibrating the scales though with a 0.5, it can go up with every kilo or something. So it isn't accurate. And that's what I was maybe saying. So plus it was a title fight, keeps
I know,
everybody
it
happy.
well, that's it. But
That's what I say to you. Remember, it's like just do it and just, focus, man.
shut the fuck up and get on with it, basically. Eh? And everything got done. I'm glad how everything turned out. I want to just keep going. I don't want to be taking. I don't want to have that type of layoff again.
As we spoke, a couple of fights at light heavyweight, there's opportunities.
For sure.
There's not a lot of guys in the UK, and there's an opportunity to rack up a few fights, get in the top spot of maybe like the top 5 of the UK, and then from that, then get an opportunity to Dana White's contender, or fighting in Cage Warriors, or all this kind of stuff.
Last 3 are first round finishes as well.
Big damn.
So it looks good on paper.
No.
Do you know what I mean? When you're trying to sell it and you go, oh, it's got 4 submission finishes and 3 are all in the first round and fucking 2 of them are all within the first minute. And so it's all right. It looks decent. But aye, for sure, the sparring is where I'd missed it massively. Like, caught out with the adrenaline dump, which I thought I might be. Just with no having done it for a while.
It's just like anything in it. It's use it or lose it.
Aye.
It's just something that you've not been used to doing. So,
But it's good we still got the result and then can go and fix what needed fixed.
Yep.
So start the weight cut probably a little bit lighter. And what's wrong, Chris?
You're fucking rustling a bit.
oh, it's me, mate.
Is it you?
It's Russell Brand here.
Start the weight cut a couple of kilos lighter and sparring for sure. Heavier sparring. Like
Yep.
there's no getting round it.
You're always welcome down to mine, bro.
Right, that's the problem.
Well, I'm obviously needing a southpaw for my camp. So,
So your guy is a
You
southpaw,
south
eh?
again, man. I hate it cunts, man.
How'd you keep ending up with him?
fuck knows, man.
Yes.
I've had some numbers of southpaws.
Aye. And what are you now? 8 weeks on Saturday.
Yep.
So it'll be when this goes out, it'll be 8 weeks. Aye.
Fucking
We've got loads of time, man.
Do you feel like 8 weeks is loads of time?
I do. I train. It's just a wee bit of clip I was playing with.
You're quite fidgety today, bro.
I know. It's because I'm fucking bust.
Because you've just painted that ceiling, man.
I'm absolutely fucking
Sistine
bust.
Chapel in there, man. Fucking poo pants.
Because you say,
So
Poo patrol.
but you say 8 weeks is loads of time. I feel like I was just saying yes to that fight and that's it done now. And now I'm like, fuck.
You got to be in Hollowtown Havoc.
Aye, for sure. You know I am. You know I am.
The listeners don't, motherfucker. We're trying to sell something.
So they'll come. They'll come. That fucking General Motors, they'll be hanging out the fucking windies. Never think there'll be that many in to see it. Oh.
Good man.
But so we're a fair bit out. Training's been going well. I train all year round, so it's not as if I'm like, I need to get in shape. I'm always in shape.
Ooh, feisty.
No, but here's the thing.
Are you running?
Am I running? Am I running?
I was on a motorway and like you posted like a running, but I'm like, has he left yet? 14 minutes ago.
So I do enjoy a good running video. It's what gets the people going.
Like, this is my moment. We and all this. What the fuck thing is that?
What are you thinking about your opponent, or do you not waste your time thinking about him?
Right now, I wouldn't waste my time thinking about him. It's all
Too far.
It's all about getting me ready in it. For me, what I like to do is I like to focus on James's game plan. Like, James has been there, done that. He's very experienced in the world of fighting. He's very experienced in the world of coaching. And if he says this is a game plan, this is a game plan. So once we then have that dialed in.
Have you had a conversation?
I like the fact that he messages. It'll maybe be like 10 o'clock at night. You'll get a ping, and it'll be a video, and it'll be like a transcript with it, and he'll run into some details, or he'll take videos of you, and he'll be like, "Listen, here you're doing this right, or you're doing this wrong." I like that. It's right in the moment feedback. So you know what you're doing right, and then you can go into the next one, and he'll have a chat with you before, like, "Listen, I need you doing this," and he'll just change wee things like hand position. Like, I'm talking like hand position being from here to here. Like
Detailed.
He's very, very detailed, and I'm putting all my trust in him. As I think what you should do with any coach. Like, you need to believe in the guy who's coaching you, and then after that, once we've got that dialed in, then it's a case of I'll have a watch and then I'll decide what's going to happen.
On Monday night, he was going for a really nice elbow, then coming up to like the 45 degree, but it was just like you say, that exact detail. Remember, your knee has to go here and your hand has to go here, and that'll land perfectly. In his fucking second I did it, fucking Padman hit the flare. So I was, well, body shot. I never elbowed him in the head.
And then like guys like Kieran Reid in the gym. So we had this, do you remember having this conversation where like it was me, Kieran Reid, I'm trying to think who else was there.
Yesterday.
There was another jiu-jitsu guy, and then it was just running through these kind of things.
Sean was there too.
That was something different, but we'd been running through. So he's got this very good armbar off the back. So he does a back transition and makes sure you make a mistake. What he does, he tries to take you down. He waits till you get up, and then he'll jump the back, and then from the back he goes over the top, grabs the leg, and looks for the shotgun armbar, which is basically straight. Probably break it down in one of these leathered boys breakdown. It's nice, it's slick. So having guys in the gym like Kieran Reid, like Sean Wright, like James, like Danny Gray, having these guys and putting in their worth and being like, I would do this.
Sean's probably a very similar physique to him as well.
He is.
Is a good way to put it.
So it's running through these kind of things that make a huge difference. But let's say the fighting talk.
Aye.
Do you want to talk about golf?
No, nobody wants to talk about
The fans say they love it.
No, they don't.
Are you sure?
Do you want to talk about golf?
I don't know much about golf. I want to listen to yous talk about golf.
I don't want to talk about golf.
I'm only kidding, guys. I'm not going to talk about golf.
Talk about Havoc, mate. What we got for Havoc so far?
In fact, you played, when did you play? You've already spoke about it.
No,
Are you talking about beating Grant?
Aye.
Aye, talk about that.
No, it's fine. We don't. The fans don't want to know. The fans don't want to know. Go fuck yourselves.
Grant took a doing on the. No, in fact.
No, Grant took it down. Aye, took it down.
There you go.
He was. Go fuck yourself.
I won.
You fucking right.
Don't want to talk about. Like Grant, I took it down.
Aye. We had some fun on the golf course.
Aye.
That's all you need to know.
Who you got booked for Havoc? Mo. Geese.
Who's your headline?
Harry McDonald.
Let's
Remember?
Liz fucking
Harry was
touches.
animated it in the changing rooms on Sunday, wasn't he? I've not got a headline booked yet. It's got to be
Chris Bungard.
no. It'll be if I can get Sean Clancy or Jordan Strong booked, they'll headline it definitely.
I like it.
Michael, obviously, you'll be on that. So it's got to be a full pro main card. 2 grappling matches.
That's a great grappling
Elliot
match.
against Cal Eleanor, which is one of the best matches you'll see for
Both cool
grapplers.
guys as well.
2 good brown belts. Obviously, finishers to go. And they'll try to fucking outpoint somebody, know what I mean?
Big Cal giving up a lot of weight though.
Aye.
Elliot's a good black heavier than him.
Well, Elliot, I think, did say 84 and Cal's like 80. And then I was like, well, he's about 84 and Cal's like, no, that's fine. So, they've
He
agreed.
fought at 66, eh?
I don't think there's any like. See when it comes to grappling. See when it comes to a grappling fight
Aye.
match. See when it comes to a grappling match. I don't think weight's got a huge.
Guys like Cal are just down anyway. They give a fuck, mate.
If you're
Couldn't
good,
give a
if you're
fuck.
good, you're good.
How funny was Mark McQueen toffling guns?
That was a straight. They should just
Martin
get him.
Stoneboy, was it? No?
He just puts
No.
his hand out.
That wee penny guy.
Aye.
Like,
was funny as
surely
fuck.
there was about 100 kilo between the two of them.
Oh, easy, mate.
So why are they grappling for 500 quid?
They should just give him the 500 quid and tell him not to hurt him.
Insane.
I think the actual grappling event, the grappling,
It started as an 8 man.
aye, and then it went down to
Then
3.
Stoneboy actually went in to try and help it out.
I know it was.
He got a black eye.
Big
Kinda
Stoonboy
died
went in to
his
basically save the event.
Aye.
Without him, there was no grappling.
Aye, just their triple threat. I think Mark McQueen's a handful though
He
for
is,
anybody.
he's a
What a
beast,
unity, a guy.
Aye.
Cool guy, too. Nice
Great,
guy.
lovely guy.
eh, like, just chilled out. Fucking all the best today. Have a good day, lads.
We had the resurrection of Tony Mustard as well.
Aye.
Tony
So-
Mustard came up to fight on Forza.
Did he win?
He did win, aye.
Did you stay for it?
Aye, I was in his corner.
Aye.
I was actually.
How did you pass me in the morning? Am I just driving slow, man? You just get here before me yesterday or Sunday. I left before these, me and Jamie. You stay and watch a fight and then pass me in the motorway.
So I end up.
That motor got fucking nos on it or some shit.
I ended up wrapping hands, and then Tony's like, "You want to come out and corners?" And I was like, "Aye, why not?" I've trained with Tony.
What a name, man.
Tony Mustard. Do you know what his son's called?
Ketchup.
Colonel.
Colonel. Get the fuck. Get the fuck away from me, man.
I swear to God.
Who was the wee boy they had with him?
Nice, no.
That wasn't his laddie.
I
You
was.
get the
fuck.
That wasn't. I gave him a fucking pint of beer.
Don't believe that for a
That's
second.
his son.
No, it's not.
Tony Mustard's about 40 odd.
I'm not saying he's no.
I'm saying his son's not called Colonel.
His son's called Colonel.
No, it's no.
I thought
swear
that
to
was
God.
just.
Please don't do
I
that
thought
to
that
me.
was just a young kid for the gym who'd come with him.
No, that's his
His
son.
son is called Colonel Mustard. I'm out. G4 claims I'm out.
Folk were buying me beers. I had 2
I'm
pints.
not having
and I was
this.
like,
His name's Colonel.
phone Tony
Swear
right
to his
now.
life.
I swear on somebody's way.
Was that his boy?
Aye, it's his son.
Did you see Sean Lomas had his boy with him as well? He didn't get kidnapped this time.
Sean Lomas, for anybody that doesn't know, was we spoke about it in the first podcast, and you said you were going to steal his son.
Didn't say that. I said I was going to sell him.
I felt bad when he came up and asked for bandages, and I know full well I've got fucking loads in my bag. Nah, mate, none.
Shout out to Sean Lomas who won again. The guy's got like the
You see him
the
sitting
most
on,
fights in the UK ever.
see him sitting on the chair before it, like, you're up next, Sean. And he was like, oh, I'm a mate.
Aye. I'd like to fight him.
He's just,
I'd like to throw down him.
he's,
just out of
he's
pure-
there,
He's
he's
just
there to
tough
fight.
as fuck. He's brilliant, man.
He's there
No,
to
not
fight.
brilliant, but you got to get a fight with him, man.
I've seen him fight all the way up at like heavyweight. No, man.
He doesn't give a fuck. You need a fighter this couple of days before the fight. I'm your guy. Just
What did he win with?
Just slice fuck it with my elbows.
Is that, I never.
Ross, you survived, mate. Loved it.
I fucking just survived.
Aye.
I nearly fucking. I was nearly on the oxygen mask on the way out. The fuck. I was honestly. I
Tom
was.
with oxygen mask.
That's-
Big Giovanni. Big Giovanni was fighting at the weekend, and we were bigging him up last week.
Title fight, man.
Title fight, 5
Didn't
rounds.
know that, man.
Here's
He's not
the
fought a
issue.
lot, man.
5 rounds for your first
Basically,
fight,
first
really?
your basic first fight.
Aye, because his very first one was a
Fair play to him, man, because he's a big
DQ or
fucker,
no
not me.
contest or something.
But if you're doing 5 rounds and you're dominating, say 3 rounds or whatever,
I dominated the 4 of them.
4, there you go, with his size and that, you're going to be tired. You're going to be tired.
And had to get the auction. So they put it into the chat. They put this into the chat. And I was like,
oh, look at me.
I know what you're going to do.
I can't fucking move, I'm full. Hey, we can cut that anyway.
no, I'll keep it in. And then he gets fucking auction masked it.
Aye, that's fucked up, man.
And I think as of yesterday, he was still down in England.
In the hospital?
In the hospital.
Jesus, man.
And I think he's just surviving.
Survive. Definitely not surviving, man.
So how did he end up losing the fight?
that?
What happened? The boy just got on top of him and TKO'd him or what?
Just gas, bro.
And submitted him or something or what?
Punched him out.
Aye.
I guess it's the joys of being fucking like 120 kg of fucking ripped muscle.
It's like I said it last week, there's no many humans that look like that. It's just it's a
I was
choice.
full with that food, man.
Fuck no. The thing is though, like our money was on, he just goes out there and does the job in like 20 seconds or something, eh?
Aye, I guess it comes down to experience. The guy he fought was an experienced fighter who's had Thai boxing fights.
I
As
won't do
your
that again.
As your first fight,
See, at the end of the other guy looked fresh. He was all up with the belt, like posing, like doing this. I'm like,
English
fuck's
guy,
sake,
aye.
man.
Aye.
get the oxygen mask. Get the mask.
It's a rough one. Like I do feel, I know we're like,
Mate, I would honestly.
And
I'm
he
going to be honest.
listens to the
Listen,
podcast.
listen, I know he listens to the podcast. I'm going to be honest. I'd rather die.
then get the oxygen
I'd
mask.
rather die than get an oxygen mask.
Oh, yeah, fucker.
Jeezy peeps.
Who's that, Peter? Who's that, Phil
fucking
Schofield?
dragged me out with the feet.
Philip Schofield did it.
You dragged me with the feet into that fucking locker room, and I will spew my ring everywhere.
The fight before Ross, like, it was just a war. They were just going for it. Bum, bum,
Was this
bum.
this
It was
bare knuckle boxing guy?
No, it was K1, I think.
No, but he is a bare one knuckle boxer.
No,
know that
he was
guy.
after us.
Know that guy.
He was after me.
Ah, was he?
No, it was the one me and Laidman who watched. And it was entertaining because it was shit. Like, they were just swinging, there were no technique, but it was fun to watch, man, because they were leathering each other. And it goes into the fourth round or whatever, and the man doesn't come out. And it just, that annoys me. That I would rather
Take your medicine?
Yes. Go out on your shield, take a pasting, but see, like, no to go back out. I've had enough. That's worse for me.
Aye.
I'd take my teammates to do that and probably throw them out.
It's
Like,
no-
throw them into the cage, like, no. get back
But
in.
I know yous wouldn't let me do that, so it wouldn't matter. And as tired as you
would
were,
have been calling
And-
yourself, mate.
you'd have been
How
going
many
out.
times you've been sitting on the stool and you don't want to do it,
Aye.
but you still got up, and then I've done it, I've ended up winning, you've done it, you end up winning, like, you're like, I'm fucked, there's nothing I can do.
Like when your corner tells you, you're losing. You need to win. Oh, is that what I need to do?
I was
You
thinking
need
about
to
doing
win.
something
Aye.
similar, aye.
Like, I've not been trying. I like taking punches and kicks to the face. Builds morale.
I mean, there was a couple, like, I don't want to slag Forza because I want to see it do well. Do you know what I mean? I want all the
Well,
shows in
we need
Scotland
it to do well because
Well, me and you're the champions, yeah.
well, that's it. Eh?
we need it to do well because if there's none of these shows going about,
Then there's
the guys
no
don't get, the
fights.
guys don't get opportunities. If the guys don't get opportunities, in the Scottish MMA dies, and we're
I was happy to see him running our show.
aye.
I was.
October.
I
He's
was
got another one again.
Just to see, he's putting a platform and he's trying to get fights. He's getting people international fights. Some of them are
Bumps.
not evenly matched and it's a bit tin pot at times, but he's still giving people a platform to show their skills off. Know what I mean? And like,
And you've
I was
got
happy to see him on show.
You've got to start in their places. We all started there. You've
Not
got to start there.
Not I. I went straight to the big time.
Aye. You just
didn't.
done a
I
few.
did.
No, you didn't.
Where's my first fight?
Fucking England,
And what was it? Where was it?
the side of a stadium.
Yes, that sounds shite, doesn't it? The stadium, Allies. They put an octagon.
Sunderland.
Aye, Sunderland Stadium. They put a stadium.
It wasn't on the pitch. It was like built into the side
Aye,
though.
they
Wasn't it?
built it into
It was cool.
Aye, it's
Well,
cool.
like a.
Like a scaffolding.
All right.
So it was
So it was
actually
like
on the
this.
stand.
And the cage was outside.
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, that's quite cool.
tell you, big time. No fucking.
But
no
where are Sunderland relegated to what division?
Aye. And then the second fight after that was in the Stadium Light again. Remember me and you fought?
Was that 2 in a row? I thought you went somewhere else.
No, then we went to Manchester.
FFC as well.
FFC was a wee bit later.
Hamilton and Motherwell.
That was closer to the end of my amateur and pro, but my first few fights were.
Oh, the Hingway one was good. The FCC.
That's right.
That Bolton was that for you?
Adam Tate.
Was that Bolton? No, something like that.
And then there was
Big Donkey Kong was on that one.
he was aye.
He's the only one.
Do you remember Go Ham and Giza Gam?
Yes.
Yes.
Birmingham.
But what show was that called? That was like Fight Star.
Fight Star, aye.
They do a lot of interclub
They
stuff
do
as
some
well, eh?
numbers, man.
I know. But the same again, all these shows are needed.
Aye, that wasn't like a tent in Coventry or some shit like that.
We fought in some fucking wild places, man.
That changing room was fucking wild, man.
At least you had a partition. I quite enjoyed I enjoyed that was really nice. But the partition made a huge difference.
Aye,
I've
for
been
sure.
in places where you're literally watching the guy fight.
Aye. The last one, the last fucking Forza show. I mean, that he was just warming up just opposite me.
A bit of
There
tarpaulin.
he's right there. Just sitting there, but all right, mate. Couple of minutes, eh? Me and you.
Holy Town's the same though. I try to put like a wee
Aye.
sheet, but you're sharing one with
I know.
a couple of mats. I mean, it's hard
I know.
unless you've got the big arenas where you can split people up better and stuff like that.
Full on
I'm trying to
changing
think the
rooms.
smallest show I ever fought in. Because they were all relatively big.
See if Enzo will get you a fight. Forza,
I'm
mate.
sure he will.
Remember the changing room in the jam house? We had like the locker room, we were in the Dinky Ninjas at the time, but it was just like this, the couch in it.
Oh, I do remember.
Remember
that.
Jordan fought on it, Nathan.
I was at that show, but
it
I
was
didn't
like-
know you back him.
The room was smaller than this. It was like half of
Aye.
this, and
I
like,
was
you couldn't warm
like
up in it, and we were all like, and it was just like, how are you supposed to warm up in here?
Forza's, but like I say, there's a lot of negatives about that show.
Apart from the ring girl cards.
There is things go wrong. There is things that could be improved. But
I'm
it's
going to be honest.
still-
I think it's a good show.
So they are.
I think it's a good show.
I would
And a
never
good-
want to see it fail.
And a good
That
venue.
was a cool venue, man, with the tiers and that.
Aye. I like the Woodburn Club. I've had 4 fights in there now.
How many were official?
Nah, 4 MMA fights in there. 4 MMA fights. 1 as an amateur and 3 as a pro.
Good.
Aye. 3 wins and a loss. It's all right. So, aye.
We also seen Mike Grundy hang up his boots. Did you see this?
His
Oh, has he?
His wrestling boots.
His wrestling boots. He
Sorry, boys.
he fought his son. So his son's like a bit of a stud in MMA, like absolutely smashing folk as an amateur. And he's at the age where he must be like 16, 17. He's a bit. He's becoming a man. And Mike Grundy had always said his last wrestling match will be against his son. So Mike Grundy recently lost his dad. So they run a full charity event, which is absolutely brilliant. And the main event was the two grappling. And
That's cool.
That's cool, man.
That's fucking cool.
to get into share the mat with your dad and your dad spanking you.
He smashed him.
On yourself, Mike.
What, he smashed his laddie?
Aye.
I thought it was going to be like the son won.
That's what I said to him because I was
Pass it
like, that's cool.
towards-
No.
And he just went out and done him.
Aye.
And was like, I'm the big man round here.
For him that doesn't know, Mike Grundy was a UFC fighter. He was
Very
like
high-level
very
wrestler.
high level wrestler. He won bronze in the Glasgow Commonwealth, so he's like one of the best wrestlers in the country by far, as well as he's one of the top coaches down that way in Wigan.
Aye.
And he's got a son coming up smashing people, say.
Aye,
Aye, getting something right then.
aye, definitely.
Fuck aye.
Nice
That's
guy
his-
as well, though. Cool guy.
It's a good thing he hung up the boots. I'm just about to get him. I wrestled with him one day and he absolutely fucking hosed me, man. He's like the weight difference between two is huge. It's like what was he like?
The featherweight. Was
Aye.
it featherweight?
I don't know if there's that many bad guys.
He absolutely fucking smoked me, man. There was one point he was holding me up. He said, "Just keep going." I'm like, "Thanks, Mike."
It was good having to wrestle hard, actually. And to be fair, the last wrestling sessions in the gym, I've always been like trying to go 100%, really.
I think you need to see with wrestling.
Aye.
You can go 100%.
Aye.
If you're sparring, that's slightly different.
Especially when you're going with guys your own weight. So long as I'm not going with guys where there's a weight difference.
All right, do you take a wee bit out when you go away?
If they're lighter,
Clancy?
I didn't try. No,
Right, I'll tell
he's-
Clancy you're going light with him then. We'll see
No.
how that works out for
No,
you.
I try and avoid him. No fucking even kidding on. People didn't believe you with Sean. I remember this was like the big, so it was no long after your Cage Warriors fight. This is another thing that I'll definitely not be doing. I'll not be going for any mad fucking sessions again. I was like ill for a week. I lost like a week of training.
Wait, for my fight,
Aye.
you still talking about this?
Aye. So I was in. It was like a Tuesday, I think. You weren't in, and
Aye, I remember
And
you
I
telling me.
got paired up with Sean Clancy. It started off well. A couple of rounds went good. Then he's like, obviously starts working out. Right, I'm going to do this, this, and this. I've started to gas out a bit, mate. He was just fucking chucking me about it. And I would just got up off the mat and went, Sean, I'm away. Catch you later, mate. And I went away through the change room, mate, and just
Fucking
sat
lucky
down.
I wasn't there.
I was like, I'm fucked. I was like,
I'd have pulled you out with the hair.
I was like, fuck this. Hey. I was like, oh, fuck this.
the beard.
And then Sean came in and was like, look, mate, come on, it's not gone that bad. I was like, not gone that fucking bad. It's gone fucking terrible. I was like, couldn't it be going worse? And I was like, do you know what, you're right. Come on, back out. Fucking ragdoll me for another 45 minutes. But no, he's a good cunt. I know we talk about him all the time and never negatively. He's a good guy.
He's a stud.
He is, he's cool. He's just a nice fucking guy as well. Like, he's one of the people you want to see do well.
Aye.
Because he's fucking sound.
Aye.
Like, he's no ego to him. No, he's not going in there trying to fucking whack anybody. He's just...
What about, I was on a podcast this week with Blake Harris, just talking about MMA.
I've not watched it yet.
It's just need to chat and shit.
You enjoy it?
I just me talking about myself, my favourite subject. And he asked me my top 5 favourite fighters in MMA. I kind of get stuck in the mud and was like,
Got to 3 and didn't know anymore.
Jamal Hill. Aye, Jamal Hill. He was like, he went,
Guy you beat.
it was like, did you just put Jamal Hill in your fucking top 5 fighters? I'm like, I think you'll find I did.
He's all right, Jamal.
Yeah, it's good.
He's
But, top 5 in amongst John Jones.
The guy that you've beat is in your. I'd say Shogun, Jamal Hill, Ankalaev, Krylov, and
I maybe have to chuck a John Jones in there.
don't know who's that guy I beat in the stayed in the light.
His name was
He
Gary
fought last
Civils.
week. He fought.
Gary Civils?
Aye.
Did he? Did he win? Mm-hmm. Good on him.
He's a man comeback. He's dead.
Good.
He's lighter now.
Is he? Middleweight?
Sure. I'm sure I seen it on a Rising Conquer or some shit like that.
All the older boys getting back into it.
Aye.
Yeah, I can.
Why about them not announcing you as Captain Starving
No, that's
or
them too as well.
the light heavyweight champion? Just the champion.
I know.
Like, what division are we on here? Fucking fuck nuggets, man. Know what I mean?
Like I said, there was some
Vincenzo,
wild...
get that fucking sorted for the next one. And get fucking 4 and 5 ring cards.
He's doing too much at his cell.
Good looking buds and all.
He's doing too much at his cell, that's what it is. Try to do too much at his cell.
Sorry.
I got my tongue up this chick's ass, right?
He needs an assistant.
Oh, he's got a bit of fucking a hunter. The wee
Aye.
red fucking jumpers and
But
all.
they're just wee guys for the
Hoodlums.
gym. They're just wee guys for the gym.
Aye.
They're no... Like, do you run the whole of Holytown
What-
Havoc yourself?
Aye. What
Aye.
did
But you
No, I
can
don't- I
fucking
don't- I
read
don't-
and
I don't-
write
I
and
don't.
spell and that.
That's right, I don't. What did you come out to? What was your walk you saw?
Tsunami. Tiny Temper. Aye.
Is
Is there a-
Because there was some fucking...
Why break that down? Why?
Because there was some of my homies there for the olden days.
All right.
Who
so
remember?
a tip to the hat to the
Aye. It was
Mad Dog days.
pretty much. Like I said, it was my court song. So there was a few boys in the room who I'd been up with, co-accused. We're all going to get home one day, boys. Aye, it was good to see cunts for back then as well. And the guy who came up to you and was like, oh, how much would I have to pay you to get a signed glove? And you were like, oh, I'll just give you one. You could ask them for any amount of money and he'd had it. So he could have just took it out of his pocket there. So aye, it was cool. It was great to see people who like you grew up with and stuff. Hadn't seen guys I'd not seen for a while as well.
I was up in the dock one time with my mates, 3 years. On
I think you'd be the worst guy to be up in the dog
right.
with.
So
I think you'd be like pissing yourself laughing.
one of my best pals,
Poker face.
His dad was there. His dad was there, and like he's quite a straight shooter. His dad, and we were all up with the dog laughing and that. Know what I mean,
Aye, that's how I thought it
in
was.
front of everybody, full audience and that. And his dad's come up because we're chewing gum. Spit it out, Jonathan. Spit it out. like his chewing gum. He's like, fuck off, da. You know you're supposed to be here anyway. And I'm just pissing myself laughing, man. He's there, like, standing in front of us, like, he's on it, spit it out, like, because they're chewing gum. And he's just pure shouting, and I'm just holding my laughing. And then I was like, it got to the point where I could hear his dad still saying it behind us, and I was done. That was me. As soon as I done that, I was away. We got took away and everything, man. We took away off the judge because he laughed her. Because his dad was like, spit out.
Even chewing gum though, I've been pulled for it.
But that wasn't the judge it was in. It was his dad. It was just funny, man. He's like, you're not even supposed to fucking be here, no. It's funny.
Well, I am, so we're getting on with it.
So it's quite embarrassing getting brought up for downstairs with chains, mate. So this is what happens. So you take you for the holding cells. You get took to the court in the mornings to say Hamilton. So you get took to maybe Motherwell or whatever to Hamilton court. Fucked in the cell with about 20 people, and they're all fucking the scum of the day, put it that way. And then you get took up to, like, say in the big court, there's like stairs that come right up to the court, and that's you chain you up, man. You bring you up in chains, like full audience and what, put you in the dock and what. It's fucking for nothing, basically. Sometimes, not me.
For nothing.
You feel like a fucking scumbag though. You're just like, hi mum. Take these off. It's not a good place, I don't know.
I've not been much, so I don't know. Nah,
You know what
fuck
to
it.
say?
Aye.
The court
It's shite. It's fucking. Do you know what's mad as well when you think about how much time you wasted there? Eh?
Aye.
You just for nothing.
I always said, like, I'm never going to be back here again. In my head, I'm just sitting here like, that's it. Last time.
When you get brought up at Edinburgh, they take them off at the door before you go through. There's like, I don't know if it'll be the same, but as you go halfway up the stairs, they've got another smaller cell. They put you in that one. It's only about 3 boys can fit in it, and they take your cuffs and stuff off you there, and you're allowed to go in without them on. But
I got brought right up, fucking cuffed
kept
him on
on.
him and all. I was chained to the poles, and they sit beside you as if you've got a bolt or something.
Mm-hmm. Definitely happened, didn't it?
you can't. Oh, it does happen.
I read my charge out again. What have I done? I killed some kid in my sleep or something.
Here for theft.
You have anally raped a man.
Just in the ear.
I really liked it.
But aye, I'm looking forward to Holytown Havoc now. I know, mate, we're all pure fucking half asleep with this.
I know, I'm
like,
burst for food.
What's the time, Jamie?
We're at 52 minutes.
Is anybody
all
want
we
to fight,
get.
Ross? Is there anybody want to fight? Any Jodie cunts or anybody else?
So I thought you were leaning into somebody
Anybody?
more local there.
Anybody?
Nah, that's not the fight. I've got rules. I've got rules.
So I would.
I know you would, but I've got rules.
What's the rules?
You can't fight somebody that's a part of your team.
Right. Okay.
Make sense? Or being a huge part of your team at one point.
Aye, but if the guy's talking some shit, then
If he talks some shit, then I.
Aye.
If he talks some shit,
You'll be picking your jaw up off the fucking head teacher, son.
I'd like to say, but like I said,
with the light heavyweights, there's like
I do know that as well.
I don't think people should be booking fights when they've already got a fight booked
That's
as well.
like, would you match up with him, up with Sean Hutton? Same weight, I'm just using that as an example.
I don't know. It's done to him and coaches or whatever. But
Well, we've got a man.
if somebody comes to me and say, I want to fight this guy, then I'll ask a question. That's what I'm doing. And if he says I want to fight, then we'll make a fight.
Well, because it's a business as well.
To be fair,
Like you're no.
There's no somebody. I'm not really bothered about making the match, but if you came to me and say I want this fight, then I'll try and get it.
If he asks for it, then I'd also. But he's got a fight booked. I'd like to see him be winning that fight.
Aye.
I didn't want him to be. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want him to lose his upcoming
You don't
fight.
want his
and
ball
then,
to crash.
and then it'd be like, now you're jumping on him, Ross. Now you want to. Do you know what I mean? It's kind
Kind
of.
of came out the blue, to be fair, but
I was surprised
It's like,
at
if
everything
you
I'd been told, and for what I've been told, he's been pushed into it.
I'll find another light heavyweight.
He's being pushed into it. Is what I've been told.
Remember you've got Big Andy Clamp down south?
Is he still allowed to fight?
Cage Wars.
Aye.
I thought-
fuck so
He's your
yes.
Cage Wars.
I don't know if he's allowed to fight.
He is.
Oh, he's Cage Wars.
Aye.
He fought in my show in Manchester, didn't it?
He got beat, didn't
I thought he got a scan and there was a problem with it.
There was.
No, he
but
got
it's
stiffened.
But it's all sorted.
Aye, it's sorted.
He got KO'd.
Well, that's good though. But aye, I'm looking forward to that. What this his name was Brad Tarrant. So me and him had agreed to fight before. We tried to make it happen on Cage Warriors, but they didn't seem to have the heavier weight categories now. Like you said, he might be a problem to get. He might be too big time.
Too big for the
maybe he thinks he's too big time.
Waters Club.
Aye. That's cool. He's a 2-0 guy. Like now I want to get on to fighting these type of guys. I want to be fighting guys who...
Tell him I'll pay him. I'll pay him to come and get biffed.
I'm wanting to fight new guys who are, if you're a 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, there's no, like I've said to you before, like,
Keep the ball rolling.
I'm 34 now. I need to fucking go now. And if I can't hang with these guys, I'm better off finding it now. Right? You can't do it then. Stop before you get fucking hurt. Didn't go, I don't want to be fighting people who, no pushover fights, but...
I think you'll still get opportunities though, because shows like Bellator, PFL, Cage Wars, like there isn't a lot of light heavyweights.
No.
And it's maybe a case of maybe taking a late notice one if you're ready.
I think
Stuff
so.
like that, know what I mean?
As I said, there's a couple of fights and you're fighting in a big promotion, being a light heavyweight.
That's why I'm keen to get back into the gym and just carry on training, because something might come. Somebody might go fucking 4 wins and 3 of them in the first round. Oh, and they're all stoppage wins.
Something we spoke about the last podcast was the son. Your son.
Newspaper?
The newspaper. Your son. He wanted to come and watch you.
Aye.
How good was it getting in and telling him?
It was great to go in and tell him, but I'm also glad he didn't come, because that type of show, like I say, the back was chaotic, the show was chaotic, you know.
What was chaotic about the back?
Just too many bodies.
Just too many people
Harry
in there,
McDonald
mate.
fucking buzzing it.
Having too much tall beers.
There
Harry
was,
McDonald was fucking fleeing.
there was a lot of nonsense through the back.
Just
Young
high-
Jamie was there, Jamie. This
just
was your
high on
first
life.
MMA event, wasn't it?
It was, mate, first ever.
How did you find it?
As you say, the back was pretty
Wild,
hectic,
innit?
pretty
Aye.
intense.
We weren't hectic though. We were just fucking chilled out in our corner doing our thing. It was one specific team were making it.
Was it pretty good seeing an insight into it?
It was, man, it was cool.
That's also available on Patreon. That's why you were there. You were there to film it all.
Wait till you see what happened in
Great
the big
footage
show.
as well, by the way.
Aye, the footage is brilliant.
Aye, it
I
was
think
really good.
We put out a wee snippet, didn't we?
That's
It
what the
looks great.
socials are doing.
Another snippet was Chris Bungard telling about shagging sheep.
Aye, posty.
But I want to get on to Hollytown Havoc, get a win, then we'll see what's happening.
Aye.
But another first round stoppage on Hollytown Havoc, and then I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen after that?
Aye, 2 out of 5.
Aye.
Five
So we're good,
stoppages.
and with the right people. I had a good day. Thanks for coming. There was Stoomboy was funny with it. He's like, mate, imagine being that guy looking and seeing your corner. And I was like, aye, that definitely fucking helps as well. It's true.
It was a good corner, wasn't it?
It's a good laugh.
I'm
Doing
lucky.
You were a bit concerned when you were holding on to the arm triangle for a bit long.
Aye.
Oh, were
About
you?
gassing
Aye.
your,
I was
gassing
like,
yourself.
release and punch.
Aye. I just was so fucking sure I had it.
I know.
I feel you were high up at one
Aye,
side. I
I
thought you had
thought-
to go try and get
thought you
low,
didn't
man.
have
It's against the cage, and I couldn't. It's exactly what we spoke about in the change room. I was stuck in mount, and I didn't want to come off to one side. So I was like,
rolled.
I'll get fucking rolled. He was quite strong, like his initial
Listen, you're
bridges.
going up- you're going up against somebody that wants to fight.
Aye.
Anybody that steps in there is going to be looking for any advantage over you. And yep, he came to fight. He wasn't a journeyman. He actually came to fight.
Aye, and he's fucking knocking cunts out only a few weeks before, so
Yep.
he can absolutely crack. Like there's no
Aye.
two ways about it.
Good
So
Thai fighter.
I was he'll be my best win probably so far, but like I just want
Probably the next one.
I just want to go now, mate. I just want to go. I didn't want to fucking wait. I want to get something hooked up. Like a fight on Hollytown Havoc would be great. If I took a short notice one even sooner, maybe I would do it. I wouldn't do anything because obviously if I make the agreement with you, like, look, I'm going to be on Havoc. I'm not going to do anything that like Ross has went out and fought the week before and got a big stupid cut on his head, and now he can't fight on fucking Havoc.
That wouldn't happen because you'd be still going to. I'd pull you with the hair.
I'll have a look and we'll sort something out.
We'll
anyway.
get something going.
So that's pretty much what's been happening.
That's it. We've rounded it up.
Next week we've got something else, and we're planning about something else, haven't we? We'll do
Is
that.
this a
We'll do
separate?
that. Aye, we'll do that separately.
Aye.
But aye, our Patreon's doing very well.
Thanks to
we've got a
everyone
new
for
sponsor
supporting.
coming on board.
Yep.
You want to drop the name?
We won't drop it now. Wait till it's all finalised and stuff.
I like it. I like it. It's a very good sponsor.
Aye.
So the podcast is looking up. glad that people are enjoying it. Glad people like see when we go to events like that, and you've got guys who listen to the podcast. Like we were in
That's cool.
Toffsky's, and there was a guy's like podcast is brilliant as we were leaving.
Aye.
Like that kind of stuff's cool.
That is cool.
Like we've obviously had recognition for our fighting for years, but to get recognition for us talking absolute pish, absolutely tremendous. What did I ask you to tell? I asked you to remember me something. Can you remember what it was?
No.
A jar of farts.
Aye. So what was that about?
So you remember the girl when we spoke about the lassie that farts in jars?
Ross fucking got posted or no what?
Right? So she made herself sick by farting too much. I swear to God, this is true. She got loads of people to obviously paid to get her farts, and because she was farting too much, she made herself ill. How hilarious is that?
Wow.
And in the same breath, like there's a woman who got a new boyfriend and made herself sick by not farting enough. She just held that shit and she's like, we've all been there. We've all been squeezing.
I just let them go, mate.
No, but what about when you first met the chick and you're wanting to play like, I'm a really nice guy. I'm a really nice guy. Doesn't he want to just get in your pants? Like, I don't fart in front of women.
And now you're just farting and reading that.
Actually,
So
Cupping it like
pure Family Guy style.
So one of my mates used to make himself fart, right? He used to stick his arse in there, right? Like he'd do an ass up, right? And just suck air in and just fart, right?
What the fuck, mate?
Right? When we were wee guys, though. And we were playing Monopoly one time with his uncle, not because his mum that were away.
Play Monopoly with his
But his
uncle.
uncle had brought his bird.
Farted out spunk, mate.
His uncle had brought his bird in the veins, and we were playing Monopoly. And my mate Liam was just sitting in the corner like just kept doing it, right? And his uncle just fucking lost it. Flipped the fucking board up and all, like fucking like pure sent him to his bed, not because it embarrassed him in front of his new bird, not. And as he's walking his way, just farting away, man. It's so funny, but he used to do it all the time, and it was like an act, man.
it was his wee party trick.
It was.
He's sucking in
Think
here.
about it, man. It's just
We know
stupid,
some
so-
fucking weirdos, by the way. Hey, like our collection.
We also had a fan story this week.
I didn't get to read that, man. Remember, I was driving.
Who's got it?
I've
Ross.
got one. Aye.
Is it the one you put in? The one that was for last week?
I actually think I
See,
got sent
when I
a
was
couple.
going through all the Tron getting that, everybody was like, "Oh, the podcast." Cunts were stopping me like, "Keep it high," and I'm like, "Nah, you can't say that to me. That's still my gimmick."
Trying to think which one I put
What
it
is
in.
your gimmick?
I don't know. Right now I'm busted.
Survive.
Aye, that's that. Survive.
I'm going to try and find it. 'cause it was
see
decent.
you.
Aye, here we go.
It's actually quite a funny story.
Right, I'm going to have a bash at this story thing. Yes, do. It was 100% no me, was my pal. But I'll write it from his perspective. It's a well-known story amongst our mates. When I was 18 years young and out looking for a pump every weekend, this one weekend I was doing my usual floating about the dance floor near the end, the half two, you'll do time of night, you know. Anyways, I start to get the eyes off this older bird. She must have been close to 40. In mind, I was only 18. So anyway, before I know it, she's rubbing herself up against me. I'm fucking in. Albeit she was a bit rough around the edges, but I'm fucking in here. It's a guaranteed bit of filth, I just know it. Night ends, I've just remembered this. Night ends and we're in a taxi on the way back to hers. Again, I'm giving her the fish finger in the back of the cab.
Fuck's sake.
We arrive at her place, a big tenement block, rough as fuck, just like her. She knocks on the door, and a boy about the same age as me lets her in. It's her fucking son. So she gives it the wait here. I'll be down in a minute. I'm in the kitchen now, just pottering about, helping myself to a bottle of bud, and then the rotter makes her grand entrance.
The rotter?
I can hear her coming down the stairs. She stuck the sexy hunties and that on, and the no surrenders, full riot gear. But none of it fits. The tits are half out, and the bandana's on view as well. So anyway, I'm still up for it, and I've got a router. She asks me if I'm hungry, and I say no, but she starts making noodles on the boil.
Oh, what? She's dressed up and she's making noodles.
So
What's she doing? Eating her shagging, man?
she's making them, and I'm behind her, hands all over the tits, fanny, the lot. I'm ready to go.
Grab the onion rings.
So eventually the noodles are ready. We both go up the stairs. We're both on the bed now, and we start a bit of winching. I'm well up for a bit of muffins, so I go down. but it's howling. But I'm not a quitter, and while I'm boking, I give it my best. Now, this is the weird bit. No, this is weird up until now. As I move back up, she's got a fork full of noodles, and she's she's putting them on her tits for me to eat. Fuck it, I play along. I didn't want to ruin my chances in that game. I'm now eating needles. I'm now eating noodles off her tits. Curry fucking noodles. This goes on for a while. Anyway, I pump her no long after that. I get to fuck, and that was the night of the curry noodles on the tits.
Oh man, curry noodles in the tits, brilliant.
I'll not shout the boy out. He's asked to remain anonymous, even though it's his mate.
The big man, we'll send you 2 cups for that.
Aye.
One for you and your mate.
You and your pal get a cup each.
You alright there?
Why?
Did you smash your face off it?
Oh, just jaw up with laughing.
Getting fucking
was
a mouthful of curry noodles off the tatties.
Was that hard for you, aye? What the fuck was the noodles off it?
Why would it? Why would? Are you hungry?
To my wife Beverly. Let the noodles boil.
Noodles are decent, but
I wonder if it was super noodles or
Aye.
the cokey ones.
curry noodles. Nah, they're shite. It's
Hey,
gotta be the super noodles.
hey.
Got to be the
Cobra?
soup.
I like the fact that she's made them on the boil in the
know.
sauces. Wait,
know.
everything just hanging out. Like a
Edible
fucking
panties and all
pint of
that.
roast
Where's the
beef.
son gone?
Eh?
He's just be like,
he's up
fuck,
the
my ma
stairs,
does this all the
Mama.
time.
Son's up
hell.
the stair like this. Earphones on.
Just rolling back and forth.
Slap me fucking gammon a bit.
I'm done.
Imagine hearing your mum get hoarse.
Your mum's in there making Forrest Gump noises now.
Kids. Fucking horrendous. Eh?
Your mama sure cares about your education, boy.
That's a good one. Eh?
That's a good story, man.
I would like to hear it from the woman's point of view. See her bears.
What is it? She's got dolled up then, she's at the kettle
probably
not.
did. She
Guy's
probably did
fucking guy's fondling away to her and she's trying to fill up the noodles with the kettle.
I'm fucking trying to make noodles. Stand yourself down, son. He's fucking full mast.
That's brutal.
We just stab it in the back.
He's got the edible knickers on and all.
Glad the wee man got it right. Good job, laddie.
Aye. Fair
He was
play.
like, it's bouffing. Oh, you can imagine she's been on the dance floor all night. Sweaty minge.
Disco minge, we call that in the door industry.
Disco minge.
Disco minge.
Right up the Mardy bum.
Tea in the park, 3-day-old hoop.
Aye. Oh, I've got a few stories.
Been wiping it with grass and
Tina
everything.
Park stories. Ooh. God damn. No, and next time, what time are we on?
That's in on 5.
We're on 5. Oh,
That's your limit, man. That's your limit.
nice wee round number there.
I like it.
Aye.
Calling
We've
it.
had some hilarity guys in there.
Aye.
Same again, send your
Send us story.
Send
We like
us
a
stories.
story.
We do have an anonymous part on the website where you can actually
Oh, can you send anonymously?
you can just put in a fake name. You can put it on in Jamie, am I right in saying that? You can put it on as a message.
I'm fairly sure.
The gay guys are still messaging me, man. Like,
That's because they want to draw your dick.
like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like,
They're
stop.
just people, bro.
If
they're
you're
just
watching
people.
this, I don't suck dick. I
What?
love the pussy, man.
But the gay guys are wild. They'll just be like, well, just let me suck you off.
It's that. I'm like, is this fake? And it's like they've got like 10,000 followers. I'm like, no way.
Is it Jamie?
Why is it always me?
Jamie with a fake profile. You're the
three other
tech
boys-
guy.
three
mate.
other boys that work here.
but you're the tech guy.
Come on, man.
So that's this week's podcast. Don't give a fuck what number it is. Couldn't give a fuck. But guys, all the same applies. Like, share, comment, drop messages into young Jamie. Give some laughs, and give other people who listen to this podcast a laugh. The Discord will be up and running soon for the Patreon subscribers. What's this?
Love farts for Junior Alves Braz.
Shags, they call him.
Braz.
But guys, we appreciate it. The love and support, and keep it up and keep it high.
Thank you for all the support at the weekend.
Survive. That's good.